Hello everyone, welcome back to a YouTube channel of ServerAvatar. Let me ask you, have you ever wished deploying your app was as easy as just pushing to a GitHub and boom, it's live. No mucking about in the command line, no wrangling with a complicated CI/CD files, no wasted hours just trying to get your code out there. Well, buckle up, because today I am going to show you how exactly you can make that dream into a reality. With the magic of ServerAvatar's auto deployment for Node.js and PHP apps, it's possible. Let's set the scene to easily understand. You have built your app, you are proud of it, and now you want to share it with the world. But then reality hits. Deploying is a total pain. You need to mess with the pipelines, write a endless config scripts, and maybe you need to even learn another tools. And for what? A simple deployment. No, I will not do it. Or maybe you avoid all that and just do the things manually, connecting through a FTP or SSH and hoping you don't break anything in the production. But what if I have pushed something new code in the same GitHub repository and I want to make it live? You will again do the same step. Sometimes it will break and sometimes there are the chances it will cause an error and it will be a very time consuming. Let's be honest. It's exhausting, prone to errors, and it kills your productivity. Plus, how do you even track who pushed what and when? But what if deployment was a simple? Imagine this. You push to a GitHub and within a second your live site is updated without you lifting another finger. No command line, no build steps, no trouble. That's exactly what ServerAvatar's GitHub Auto Deployment features offer. Just connect your server to a ServerAvatar, link your GitHub account, then create applications for the GitHub and add your deployment script. And you are done. Every time you push to your repo, ServerAvatar spring into an action and your deployment script and your app is live. Whatever it's Node.js or PHP, it will handle. ServerAvatar keeps your deployment script up to date. If you ever change your script, it will automatically use the latest one. No manual updates needed, just you need to provide the updated deployment script. It even gives you the crystal and clear deployment history. See exactly who pushed the code, when it went live, and all from one beautiful dashboard. So we have heard so much about this in a theory and everywhere, or we are talking since 2 minutes. So now let's start with a practical. It's fascinating. It makes it exciting, right? So let's first log in. If you are the new user, you can start with a free trial. And if you are the existing, then you just log in into the ServerAvatar. Okay. Here, first option, let's start with the first thing. We will first integrate our GitHub account. Okay. So let's go to the first integration. Okay. Here you have the options to connect your Git accounts like with a GitHub, Bitbucket, GitLab. These are the three integrations provided by the ServerAvatar. That's cool, right? If you are using any of this tool, you can integrate with a ServerAvatar. So first let me integrate a GitHub. So for this tutorial, we are basically use the GitHub. So let me link. Okay. So as I was already connected with the email@serveravatar.com, so it has automatically linked the GitHub account. Otherwise, you can just click a link GitHub and it will show one pop-up where you have to give the permissions to access your account for the ServerAvatar. Once you will allow, it will be directly reflected here. Same for the Bitbucket, same for the GitLab. So our GitHub account has been integrated successfully. Okay. Now let's move toward the second step, that is to create a Git application. Okay, so let's go to the main dashboard. Here you can select a server, like I want to create an application in the learning server. So I will go there and in the sidebar you can see the option for the application. Okay, here click on a create an application. Okay, here we are creating one fuzzy game. Okay. Then we will give our application name as a fuzzy name. Here you have the options for the primary domain and test domain. If you are using the primary domain, if you want to host your GitHub application on your own domain, then you can select a primary domain. Here you have to enter the primary domain name. Test domain is basically the temporary domain provided by the server avatar. You need to enter the your domain name, just anything you want. Like suppose I will give this game as a fuzzy game. And here you have the multiple domains are provided, so you can select anyone for any of these. Okay. Now here select a method. So basically we want to deploy a Git app. So I will select a Git, and here you have to select a service provider. If you are using the Bitbucket, GitHub, GitLab, then you will have to select according to your requirements. For this tutorial, as I said, we are going to use a GitHub. So we'll select a GitHub. Okay. Now here we have the options for the public repository and the private repository. So in this tutorial, we are going to see the private repository, that how easily you can deploy your private repository directly. Okay. So we'll select a private repository. Here, select your account, that is dharmil@serveravatar.com. Select a repository. So I have the only one repository here in my account. As you can see in my GitHub account, I have only one repository, that is also a private repository. Okay, so I will select that repository, and you have the select to branch. Here it will show all the branch that will be there in your repository. So currently I have only one branch, so I will select a main branch. Okay, and here you need to provide your deployment script. That is for my project, it will be work with a deployment script as a PHP and .index.php. So basically we are deploying the PHP application here. If you are using the Node.js and if you are comfortable with the Node.js, then you can give your deployment script for the Node.js. Okay. Here one more extra step we have to perform, that we have to add a deployment key into our repository. Okay, so first we will generate a deployment key. Now we will just simply copy this and go to your GitHub. Okay, in that, go to your repository. In repository, you will see the option for the setting. In setting, here you can see the deployment keys. Okay, go there and you have to add a deploy key. Okay, I will add it here. This is for the fuzzy project with a ServerAvatar, fuzzy project and ServerAvatar. And allow a write access. If you want, you can allow, otherwise leave it. Add a key. Okay, our deployment key has been added. Okay, now click on a create an application. Okay, it will take around 20 to 30 seconds to create an application. Yes, you can see our application has been installed and created successfully. Now let's start with a main deployment. So here in the sidebar, you can see the Git. We have created the application. Now I want to have the enable auto pull and I want to have the change in a branch. Like if you want to change any branch, then you have to enable this. Okay, I will enable. Now, if you want to use the auto pull, you need to add a webhook. Okay, just copy this webhook URL and go to your GitHub repository. In repository, same settings, you can see the webhooks. Okay, here add a webhooks. Here add a payload URL, that is the webhook URL that has been provided by the ServerAvatar. In a content type, select a application JSON. Okay. Here you have to give the permissions, like just push the event, send me everything, let me select the individuals. Like suppose if you will select let me select individuals event, then you can select according to your requirement. But for this tutorial, and I will recommend send me everything. Okay, then add a webhook. Okay, first it will test that the webhook URL with the ServerAvatar, that it has been communicating properly or not. So just refresh it. If here it will show a tick mark, then it is working properly. Okay. Okay. Our thing has been done. Now let's check it is working or not. So we will click on a primary domain, and here you can see that it has been connected successfully. Okay. So this has been done. Now let's check the main feature, that is the auto pull feature. Whenever you update the code, you will push into the GitHub repo, GitHub branch, it will be automatically pulled out and be live in the production environment or your any of the environment. It will be live. Okay. So first let me do some of the changes in the code. Okay. I will here write a echo hi, the server avatar made easy deployment. Okay. And let's just do push this code into the main branch, or for example we will create a new branch. Suppose git checkout b, this is the production branch. Okay, so this is the production branch, and let me add everything here. Git add dot git commit and updated the display data. Okay, and I will just push it. Okay. Okay, we have created a new branch, we have pushed the code. Now let's check. First refresh this, let's check it has showing all the branches. Okay, see here you can see that our branch has been directly updated here. So we will select a production. Now we want to make a live a production branch, so I will click here and it will be yes, our production branch has been live. Okay, so now let's make some changes in our code so we can check the auto pull feature, what auto pull feature actually is. So let me add a line here. So I will make it as a echo. You can use this server for okay. Okay, we will make it as it is. You can use this server to deploy your own server avatar. Okay, let push this into the code, into the GitHub repository, git add dot git commit and updated index file. Okay, and I will push it. Okay. Okay, our code has been successfully pushed. Okay, now let's check here what it has been reflected in our webhook history. Okay, here you can see that it has been reflected directly here. You can check the message, committer, who is the committer, who has what is the status of deployment script and what time it has been pushed. It is fantastic, right? And here let's check the main feature that you do not need to do anything. Your updated code has been live directly. Just you can check by click here. And yes, it is live. Here you can see the reflected changes. You can use this server to deploy your own server avatar. That way exactly changes we have made. So see how easy it has been done with the server avatar. No need to build any CI/CD pipeline, no stress, nothing. Just a few clicks and just a few details, you will be able to do the auto deployment feature enabled for your PHP and Node.js application. It sounds interesting, right? It makes things very easy and makes your life easy. So if you like this video, you can please subscribe, like, comment, and do not forget to press the bell icon button. Now let's discuss one more tip from the server avatar. Now suppose your application is live. Now what about the SSL certificate and all those things? Okay, so here is the solution. With the one click, you will enable the SSL certificate and make your website secure and make your website live with a HTTP to HTTPS. So here you just have a two options, automatic installation and a custom installation. If you are using your own domain, if you are deploying application with your domain, then you can select a custom installation, and also you can select the automatic installation as well. Just here click with the automatic installation and click on a automatic SSL installation. So within a 20 to 30 seconds, your application have the SSL certificates, which makes your life easy. Okay, it has been installed successfully. Now force HTTP to HTTPS, and yes, everything has been live. Okay, here you can see it is started with a HTTPS. So see how easily ServerAvatar makes things for you. So thank you for this video. If you have any doubt, please leave it on a comment. Thank you.